The relationship was such a blip, but I just fell so hard because it's what I do. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I learned. I'm learning. I'm still learning. Oh, I don't want this connection like you're wanting. Like, it's just ridiculous when you talk about it. I wrote Tragic out of like a storyline I wrote in a way after a relationship, and I realized that I kind of got played. So I just was writing about it and journaling about it.
You get played a lot.
Yeah, it seems I get played a lot. I realized I just wear my heart on my sleeve, and that's why I get played a lot. This song came in like maybe like a 7-month period, so it wasn't really a song at first. It was just like this journal entry, whatever writing, and then I got into another relationship, and then it kind of happened to me in a similar way where you could tie those things together, and I realized like the pattern of how those people treated me. And so when I came into like writing the song, I only had a verse and a chorus. And then I showed that song to one of the people I was dating at the time, and they loved it. I was like, yeah, like it wasn't done, but it ended up being the ending. They helped me finish it because of how they treated me. So it's kind of funny that way, but it was very different in that I wasn't too emotional, I think. I think it just kind of came out and was very simple. And when I read the lyrics or hear the song again, I love it. I just love listening and being like, oh yeah, like I just feel like people go through exactly what I was saying. I feel like it's super relatable, and I know that I'm not alone in it. Yeah, I worked with Bobby Moda, and he produced it for me. Honestly, he was just such a homie. He's one of my good friends, and I think me going into the studio back and forth over this period of time creating it, the last session we had was on Valentine's Day. And it was just super cute because he got me flowers, and I was like, okay, like that was so sweet, because he knew that I was going through so much with like emotional like breakup and like everything in life, and it just meant a lot because I haven't gotten that in so long from even a friend, like a Valentine's Day gift. And so it made the whole session in the evening like really smooth and kind of so relatable in this way of like I was holding like some roses and like singing the last verses. Tragic for me, like I'm melting, and like just to remember and like kind of like symbolically hold like a rose on Valentine's Day. It was really cool. Not saying like that has nothing to do with the creative process with him, but like I remember like that last session, and it was really cool. Creatively, I think Bobby was really good at pulling my ideas out. I was listening to a lot of like ethereal music at that time, and I really wanted to make something odd and like kind of like Earth Eater vibe and Grimes, but not like this like hardcore thing. And then I was like, it's kind of popish, so like a little bit of Billie in there. Like, I don't know, I was just like, let's just like mix all these things in together. And so he was really good at like kind of studying those artists and figuring out this like off rhythm, weird noises that kind of like pushed and grew the whole track up. That was super fun to dig into for me. I really want to venture into that like sphere more. But it was cool to do it for like a sad song. But yeah, it was a new sound. The most surprising part of recording Tragic, it would have been the vocals, because we used a new mic, and I can't recall the name, but I absolutely am obsessed with it. And there was this one, I guess, line or like an ad lib in it where I literally screamed, and I had to hit it just right, and I got it the first take. It's surprising for me because I'm not very loud in my nature, and I was like, I have to scream here. And we just did it the first take, and it felt so good to scream about that person in just this one belt. And it felt really dirty. Like I was like, hell yeah, at the end. I was just like, dude, this was it. I was just surprised that I got to a new place in myself to do that and do it well. Even though it's very, like, I feel like it's a silly thing to be like, this is surprising, but it was to me. And I really was shocked on I guess my vocal growth, just me singing and how I actually like my voice, because I haven't before. It just meant a lot to me to hear it and to go through it and just be encouraged by people. Even my parents, which they're not musically like really involved, but even my dad was like, your voice just sounds so good. Like, what are you doing? Like, practicing? Are you doing this and that? I'm like, no, like, I'm just learning and I'm practicing my own songs. And I learn a lot from listening to other artists. Like, I listen to Lady Gaga all the time, Billie Eilish, of course. And then I listen to like Suicide Boys, which is just like rap, trap. That was also surprising too, to hear like my family talk about it in that way. This is what I wrote, and it's based off of, this is like the template that translated into a song. But it was just sentences after sentences, and then I like pulled it and made it into lyrics. But I think this kind of sums up the whole theme of the song. I said how tragic it is for me to be the one melting away in this bath with only the company of my tears. How pathetic it is to care and dream for someone who is running from connection and desire. I don't know why I can't forget you, every detail of your face, every freckle on your arm, every warm embrace as we drifted away into our dreams. Wow. But that translated into the whole song of just like picking those words, and like, this is a lot of words, so I had to just like shorten it. It blew my mind that I could connect with someone so deeply, and like we know each other in a room, but then when we're out in public, like this person wouldn't even like come up and give me a hug or touch me or like pretend that we knew each other in the way that we did, of just being close and like really knowing each other. And that to me like confused the hell out of me. It's like these people kept running from connections, and I'm just such a connector. The relationship was such a blip, but I just fell so hard because it's what I do. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I learned. I'm learning. I'm still learning, but I definitely learned big with this person, and then I was like, okay, you're pretending you don't know me, great. And then whatever. And then I went into a new relationship. We actually dated and pursued each other for a bit, and then they kind of treated me the same way at the end there, where it's like, oh, I don't want this connection like you're wanting. Like, it's just ridiculous when you talk about it. This song represents, in the project of Ravin Marie music, I think a good, almost like foundation of my array of genre and my development. I think it shows such a cool like progression in me musically, and my dreams getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's coming to life, and it's bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger, bigger. And I think that's just the whole point of why I came out to LA, you know, to pursue this and like meet Bobby and meet my other producer, Owen, and just keep creating bigger ideas together and bringing it to life to show like this is what's in me. This is what I want to do, because I love connecting with people and I love knowing the depths of people, and that's why I write really sad music and I put my heart on my sleeve with people I want to be in relationships with. But you know, I think that's the best way I can be Ravin to the people that I cannot meet, and I want to connect with them, like at a show or something, just to be like, thank you so much, like Knuckles, you know, thank you for coming. It's really cool that you connected with something, because that was the whole point, to like get in you deep with words and feeling, and positive or negative, like that's so sick. That's the whole point, at least for me right now, connecting with people.